Under a moonless sky, our camera drifts through silent, silt-choked water. From murky depths glides strange silhouette, bill, webbed feet. Tension mounts as nature's hidden marvel briefly flickers in darkness. Suddenly, we zoom in on a razor-sharp spur, glinting with venom. The platypus, it turns out, is among the world's rare venomous mammals, one of a handful carrying a secret weapon. This tiny wonder conceals a deadly surprise beneath its facade. How did this evolutionary marvel come to be? Millions of years ago, frozen in stone, proto-platypus fossils emerged from the depths of time. From primitive beaks to modern wonders, each translucent imprint raises new questions, inviting us to unravel secrets buried deep in Earth's history. A thundering heartbeat echoes as dark waters swirl around a stealthy silhouette. Rapid cuts plunge us diving, burrowing, sensing electric, mysterious ripples underground. What secrets lie in venom, hidden sensors, ancient lineage? The journey begins. Ancient riverbeds in Cretaceous landscapes yield shattered jawbones and toothless skull fragments dating back over 110 million years. Each fossil whispers of primitive monotremes. In gleaming labs, molecular clocks tick as glowing DNA strands unravel. Genetic comparisons with echidnas and marsupials pinpoint a divergence deep in time, over 100 million years ago. Today's platypus stands as a living relic, a bridge between prehistoric monotremes and now, written in fur and bill. In high-tech labs, platypus DNA unravels through next-gen sequencers. Hidden gene clusters reveal links to reptiles and birds, a living archive of deep evolutionary code. The map of the platypus genome appears as a mosaic, each colored segment marking reptilian venom genes, avian eggshell proteins, and mammalian thermoregulation features. It reveals unexpected evolutionary crossroads. Comparative genomics place the platypus at the nexus of mammalian origins. Its genetic tapestry redefines mammals as born of reptilian and avian ancestors woven together. From Queensland's sunlit streams to New South Wales creeks, platypus trace hidden water routes. Further south in Victoria and across Tasmania, isolated colonies thrive in cold forested waterways. Recent surveys reveal over 70,000 individuals island-wide, surprisingly eclipsing many expected mainland river populations. These pockets of resilience defy assumptions, underscoring the urgent need to protect every vital, fragile river corridor. Each day, a platypus devours over 20 grams of insects, controlling river pests. Its constant burrowing churns riverbeds, aerating sediment and releasing nutrients for plants. This ecosystem engineer sustains biodiversity, maintains water clarity, and underpins the survival of freshwater species. From gentle, meandering rivers shaded by eucalypt forests, the platypus glides through tannin-stained waters fed by winter rains. In rocky upland streams, swift currents cascade over granite beds, testing the platypus's powerful limbs and sensitive bill. On arid floodplains, seasonal waters transform claypans into brief oases, challenging platypuses to adapt to drastic depth changes. Across tropical North Queensland to cool Tasmanian uplands, water clarity, temperature, and vegetation shape riverine microhabitats. On steep overhanging banks, the platypus uses strong webbed feet and teeth to carve hidden burrow entrances beneath exposed tree roots. Within twisting tunnels, the platypus shapes nesting chambers lined with damp leaf litter and ferns, providing a secure refuge for eggs and hatchlings. These excavations aerate soils and guide water flow, stabilizing banks and crafting hidden microhabitats that shelter diverse frogs, tiny fish fry, and delicate aquatic invertebrates year-round. Beneath the murky river water, a platypus sweeps its bill back and forth, twitching in search of unseen prey. It hunts where vision fades, but electricity glows. Its leathery bill bristles with hundreds of minute electroreceptors. Each receptor picks up electric signals from muscle twitches and nerve pulses of buried prey. Nerve fibers race electric cues to a dedicated brain region where signals become maps. The platypus emerges lightning hunter. On land, its webbed toes retract into neat folds, creating sturdy claws. The platypus scuttles stealthily along the bank. As it dives, the toes spread wide, shafts of light glint. Each webbed paddle propels it forward with silent power. Effortless transitions amaze observers. In sync, the hind and forefeet alternate in a fluid rhythm. This dual action gives unmatched agility both above and below water. It maneuvers through reeds. As the platypus slips beneath frigid waters, its fur reveals a secret tapestry. Thousands of fine underhairs trap insulating air pockets against the skin, forming a thermal shield. Beneath shimmering ripples, coarser guard hairs lock out moisture. Water beads slide off glossy shafts, keeping the air layer dry and the body warm. This dual-layer fur ensures core temperature in chilly streams, vital for muscle power and survival in icy currents. Beneath muddy currents, the platypus glides in slow motion. Electroreceptors line its bill, waiting to sense faint electrical prey signals. Minute electroreceptor pits along the bill detect millivolt discharges when minuscule insect larvae writhe hidden beneath shifting silty gravel beds. Electric field maps ripple around the bill, guiding each precise strike as the platypus homes in on its imperceptible prey. In a heartbeat, the bill clamps down, extracting the larva in a swirl of sediment, an unseen ballet of gripping senses. In time-lapse, we see the platypus's webbed feet rhythmically stirring silt to expose hidden prey. Bulging cheek pouches cradle mollusks and larvae, allowing the platypus to stockpile bites while continuing its underwater search. By alternating paw strokes and conserving momentum, each foraging cycle maximizes energy efficiency, underpinning survival in nutrient-sparse streams. Over minutes, dozens of feeding sweeps illustrate a finely tuned routine perfected over millennia by this freshwater engineer. Beneath the current, low-frequency clicks ripple through murky water, linking isolated platypuses in a hidden acoustic network. Overlaid sonograms pulse as the platypus's bill emits and decodes clicks, signaling greeting, courtship, and boundary marking. Tail flicks and body arches become visual alerts, warning kin of lurking threats beneath the surface. Together, acoustic pulses and subtle displays weave a silent language, forging social bonds vital for survival in flowing waters. At dusk, rival males converge on a burrow's mouth, muscles taut as shimmering fur ripples in murky currents. Bill tips clash with audible snaps, electroreceptor pits flaring, each clamp a warning etched in rippling water. A lightning-fast chase unfolds, webbed feet churning, territorial rivals weaving through submerged roots in a deadly dance. At last, dominance claimed, one male's defiant tail flicks scatters silt as his rival slips away, territory secured. As spring stirs hormones, male and female glide nose to tail in a gentle twilight current ballet. Soft shafts of golden light fragment through ripples as bills lightly tap in silent courtship. Microscopic subtle hormone pulses softly shimmer across velvety fur as synchronized strokes churn iridescent bubbles. Rising toward the dappled surface, the pair's ritual seals their fate in nature's timeless design. In a burrow chamber, the gravid female pauses against moss and roots, sensing perfect timing. She extends her body into the tunnel, depositing 2 leathery eggs gently onto warm moss. With delicate rear limbs, she shovels root fibers in earth, insulating her clutch against damp. Finished, she retreats into the burrow, sealing the chamber behind her beneath a soil plug. A hair-thin fissure splits the leathery shell as the puggle presses outward with micro-tremors. With trembling strokes, the fragile head breaks free, its translucent skin glistening in dim light. Another begins its struggle, flipper-like limbs pushing shards aside, life wrenched from the safe dark. At last, 2 hairless puggles rest curled in warm moss, breathing life's first delicate rhythm. Deep within the moss-lined chamber, the mother coils around her newborn puggles, emanating comforting warmth. She secretes nutrient-rich milk through pores along her bill. Droplets glisten on velvet skin. The puggles latch instinctively, their tiny flippers paddling softly as they feed in blissful silence. Roots and silken fur intertwine along the burrow walls, sheltering a hidden ecosystem of microfauna. As dawn light filters, adolescent platypuses slip from the burrow into rippling shallows under mother's watchful gaze. They probe murky silt with bills, deciphering subtle electroreceptive cues to unearth hidden crayfish. Nearby, the adult circles patiently, offering gentle guidance with low-frequency clicks and protective vigilance. A puggle snaps a glistening yabby from the mud, marking its journey to independent life. The young platypus has matured into an adult, staking out its own stretch of riverbank beneath dawn skies. As mating season arrives, it emits soft, low-frequency calls and performs a graceful dance in moonlit currents. She painstakingly excavates a moss-lined nest chamber within the embankment, a secure haven for her future offspring. The ancient cycle continues as life's next chapter begins. Above, the river snakes through emerald forests teeming with life. Underwater, vibrant aquatic plants sway gently over sandy, silt-strewn riverbeds. Schools of native fish dart among submerged logs, chasing insects. Tiny invertebrates cling to stones, fueling the river's food web. Microbes in murky silt recycle nutrients, sustaining a river mosaic. The platypus uses its electrified bill to detect hidden larvae in silt. Insect larvae and tiny crustaceans drift in currents, unaware of lurking danger. With lightning precision, it scoops prey into cheek pouches using microsuction. But lurking dangers eye this hunter. A water snake slithers beneath floating logs. Above, an eagle wheels, talons ready, drawn by the ripples below. By consuming thousands of insect larvae nightly, the platypus keeps aquatic invertebrate populations in check, maintaining a balanced food web. Its spiral burrows puncture stream banks, aerating soils and channeling fresh water, boosting habitat health for plants, microbes, and insects. Their engineering weaves tight bonds between platypus and stream dwellers. In pristine rivers, high platypus counts mirror low pollution and balanced biotic indices, revealing ecosystem health. Field biologists deploy standardized surveys, capture rates, nocturnal camera traps, and water chemistry assays to gauge species abundance. Graphs translate density thresholds into green, amber, and red zones, warning of pollution spikes and urgent conservation priorities. When sediment and chemicals enter waterways, platypus prey vanish, starving aquatic food webs. Declining fish and frog populations trigger algal blooms, choking water plants and insects. Ecosystem resilience collapses without this keystone engineer, rippling through vital species on every riverbank. Male platypuses wield ankle spurs loaded with venom, a unique weapon. A single stab delivers venom that induces excruciating, throbbing pain unlike any other mammal. Bristling with electroreceptors, the platypus's bill detects faint electrical pulses underwater. Signals reach 80 centimeters, guiding its sonar-like strike with uncanny precision on unseen prey. The platypus sports the densest fur known, with a soft underlayer sheathing countless air pockets. Its air-trapped coat ensures warmth and buoyancy in icy water. Inside the platypus genome, mammal, bird, and reptile genes intertwine in evolutionary mystery. One cloacal chamber fuses egg-laying, venom delivery, and milk release in unity. Platypuses keep core temperature near 30 Sudigi, 10 degrees below most mammals in cold streams. Dense fur traps air. Slow metabolism conserves heat and energy reserves. In turbid waters, the platypus duckbill glides, scanning electrical and pressure cues. Microscopic sensors analyze thousands of subtle signals per second to locate hidden prey. For millennia, indigenous Australians revered the platypus, weaving dreamtime stories of its dual nature, a bridge between land, water, and spirits. When European explorers first encountered this egg-laying, venomous, web-footed marvel, astonishment rippled through scientific circles and colonial outposts alike. Specimens shipped to London museums ignited curiosity, fueling both exploitative trade and the earliest whispers of protective laws for this creature. Massive concrete dams cleave ancient waterways, slicing platypus territories in two and draining the murky pools where burrows once thrived. Fertilizer runoff and pesticides spill into streams, clouding the electric fields platypuses depend on and poisoning the insects they hunt. Severe drought and soaring heat shrink rivers to silvery threads, forcing solitary platypuses into parched banks where water and hope vanish. Conservation must restore habitats and preserve this living marvel. IUCN lists the platypus as near threatened, signaling population declines across critically fragmented freshwater habitats. National surveys reveal an approximately 11 to 17% drop in local populations over the last decade. Protective legislation exists in state and federal statutes, yet enforcement gaps, delays hinder real impact. Strengthening laws, funding enforcement, community stewardship, urgent steps to secure a future for the platypus. Volunteers plant shrubs along banks, stabilizing soil and creating shelter for platypus. An elder shares Dreamtime legends around firelight, inspiring youth to protect platypus. Scientists and students test water clarity with portable probes, tracking improvements months. Youth collaborate to install new artificial burrows, providing safe nesting sites along restored riverbanks. Dr. Irving pauses at dawn, scanning rippled waters. Years of tracking elusive platypus fuel her excitement. She beams as new data confirms electroreception mapping breakthroughs, heart racing with discovery. Then a funding setback arrives, another grant denied. Hope wavers, frustration echoing in her quiet office. Undeterred, she rallies colleagues, sharing her passion and pleading for vital support to secure tomorrow. At dawn, golden rays reveal platypus gliding through tranquil waters. Beneath the surface, its electroreceptive bill maps life's hidden pulses. Moonlight shimmers in burrows, where mother and brood rest together. Through churning currents, the platypus engineers riverbanks, stirring life sediment. Its ancient lineage pulses through time, testament to evolutionary wonder. Deforested banks crumble, severing vital corridors for platypus seasonal movement. Chemical runoff cloud streams, disrupting prey signals and juvenile survival. Extended droughts shrink waterways, testing the limits of electroreceptive foraging. Yet volunteers plant native shrubs, craft burrows, restore riparian zones. Resilient platypus families glide at dawn, a plea to act swiftly. Join community champions restoring waterways together for platypus survival today. Share the platypus story, ignite curiosity, and boldly inspire action everywhere. Support local conservation groups, monitoring water quality and habitat health. Adopt eco-friendly habits, reduce runoff, and plant native species near home. Visit platypusproject.org to volunteer, donate, and advocate for our rivers.